Hello everyone and welcome back. The monthly animation that I'm doing in the background, as you can see, I'm currently setting up a bit the model, so you can see that I went way back. I decided to go with the very first model that I made for the Lots of Magic series, which is the Huntress. Changed up a few details about her because yep, just felt like it in the end. But yeah, this is basically the model that I went with. And yeah, I made a short clip, so at the very end, last 2 seconds, if the clip, it's about 4 seconds, actually a bit longer. But yeah, this is basically what I went with this month. So I also want to use this video as a short information. Next month, for the first 2 weeks, so basically from end of next week, from the 4th to the 19th, I'm not gonna be home. I'm gonna be on vacation. No laptop, no computer, so there will be no content. First real vacation in years, so the first time actually really leaving for a vacation other than a week or something where I'm off. But yeah, so I'm not gonna be home. I'm not gonna be doing any content, so odds are I will do something under the week, like Wednesday, if I can. But yeah, about the next weeks, there will be basically no content. And I will start the week that I'm back, or the weekend that I'm back, something like that. Yeah, just as a general information for what's going to happen. Yeah. So nobody's worried. I'll also put this as a message in the channel before I leave, so in case you don't watch the video, you will know what's going on. Anyhow, yeah, back to the animation, to the clip. My idea this time basically was I wanted to do a fighting style animation. I wanted to yeah, animate the Huntress fighting. I had a few different ideas. For one was basically she throws the chakram and then it bounces off the screen edge, and in the end she catches it in a backflip, which I abandoned mainly because I had a problem with the chakram, which you can see the chakram is not moving with the figure. Why? Because it's not slaved to the figure, it's not parented to the figure. And that is because this is my second attempt at doing this. The first attempt was me trying to basically have the chakram in her hand, parented to the hand, and then she moves. And I noticed that as soon as I unparent the chakram from her hand, it goes completely hog wild. It does something completely different. It spins, it rotates on very weird axes, and I then abandoned this idea because it was very complex. I was basically already 30 frames in, and I was like, okay, how am I gonna salvage this? So I basically just reloaded the starting scene. Then I had to set up the figure again, which you have in the video, and then I basically just tested out, and not tested out, but then basically I do not have the chakram parented to the body. Instead, basically every keyframe that I set, I'm setting the chakram as well. So it looks like it's slaved to the body or parented to the body, but it's not. It's its own entity, and in the end I could have just deleted it and went with the first version that I worked on, But I basically sorry. I basically didn't realize that until I reloaded the scene, and I was like, wait, I could have done that easier. But yeah, my first idea was basically just see this chakram fly and bounce and ricochet, and then she catches it in a backflip, which I abandoned for this. This was basically the second idea I already had. Like in the original game, the huntress basically either throws the chakram, obviously, or she kicks. So she's basically a melee martial artist, or at least a brawler. She's using unarmed fighting, and I wanted to have that in here, so I instead had a punch. Originally, I think I was thinking about the two punches then a kick, but I decided that I wanted to go for the for the double punch, and then for the double jab, and then the throw instead. Simply because of the time that I needed for the whole thing. So this is what I basically went with. Also, I rigged the hair, as you can see. Up until now, the hair wasn't rigged. I did this in the earlier today, basically. So earlier this Sunday. And I just went and basically just gave it a few bones, for one for each piece of the hair, or of the ponytail. And I actually tried the thing with the smoothing. So basically just fill all by selected. So weight editing, fill by selected. And then tried the smoothing thing that someone mentioned in one of the comments. Finding the option was not a problem, but actually having it work was kind of a problem. So I have to recheck how that actually works. I will do that whenever I get back to it. So I actually wrote it down, so how to do it, so I can find it again. But yeah, I'm not really sure how this works. I'm not really sure where I went wrong. But yeah, I have to recheck how I actually do the whole thing. But yeah, in this case, I also animated the whole hairdo, the hair as well. The bangs on the side are not animated, and they look a bit stiff. I'm well aware of that. But yeah, there's only so much that I feel like I can do currently. Of course, I could animate them, and at some point I will hopefully be at the point with my work where I actually do even that, where I go that in depth, because actually rigging is something that I get much more familiar with, much quicker with. So yeah, just rigging something and even animating is getting much quicker. The whole animation actually didn't take me that long, about 2 hours, 1 hour of just basically doing the first one that I scrapped, and then going for the second one that I in this case used. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy the render at the end. The whole thing didn't take that long to render either. I think about 40 minutes, because it's really not that high end. The background is very simple. The whole animation is relatively simple, and looking back at it, for example, I see that for example the arm when she throws could have been done better. she probably would have had a straight arm, so she gets more force into the whole thing. But yeah, that's something that I will definitely learn for next time. And I'm still happy with the result. I'm still happy with how this turned out. So I'm gonna take it for this month. Also because I'm basically late, and I think tomorrow I'm sure I will probably or maybe work on my Yaha space and finish that one. The Yaha stuff that I did this week was basically because I was asked about help, and I thought making a video is the shortest way to do that. So yeah, this is why there's not that much content this week, and not that much render as well. Yeah, that's it for the time. Either I see you this week or I see you after my holiday. So up until then, have a nice day and see you guys around.